As a lot of you already know, I'm, well, by my accent, I'm an immigrant to Canada. But when we first came to Canada, we had to pay for everything that we have and that we've gained since we got to Canada, we worked for and paid for. This X tweet, long X tweet warning there, maybe slightly longer video, is is what migrants get now, or what I should say, refugee migrants, the ones who come over, no passport, no nothing, absolutely don't know who they are or where they're from most of the time. This is what they get when they get to Canada. Let's have a little dig into this, and it's an eye-opener. So it starts off with, remember this tweet, ever wondered how much migrants get when they arrive? Sit down and buckle up, you'll probably want to bookmark this one, let me break it down. So this was Justin Trudeau's tweet from 2017. To those fleeing persecution, terror and war, Canadians will welcome you regardless of your faith. Diversity is our strength. Okay? So first off, here's the link to the federal support. Just federal. There are also provincial programs in addition. You can go and look for them yourself. But yeah, there is the link to, it's canada.ca/en/immigration. Right? Have a look at that. And this is the breakdown of what refugees, migrants get when they arrive in Canada now. Migrants are supported under the Resettlement Assistance Program. It's public as a courtesy, apparently. So what I'll do is I'll break down the sections that are highlighted, and if you want to pause it and read each one of them, just pause and have a read of them. It is posted on the department's website as a courtesy to stakeholders. Okay, so all this information is available. First up, we have one-time furniture allowance. It's up to $1,550 for a single person without dependents. If furniture is provided through an agreement with a supplier, then they can only get $750 cash. A couple with 3 kids gets $3,885. Every extra kid is a cool $420. And it shows you down there in the yellow, a single without dependents, $1,550, $750 can be provided directly. So you can get that just as cash. You don't have to buy furniture. You just say you're going to buy furniture with it. Next, we have linens, bedding allowance. A single person gets $80 and a family of 6 gets $480. Additional kids get $80 each more. And it says down there in the yellow, per family of size of 6, $480. Each additional dependent, $80. Basic household needs allowance is next. That's curtains, pots, pans, lamps, etc. Oddly, it says the cost should not exceed, cannot exceed. Not sure if there's a penalty. So it says it should not, but maybe it could. A single person gets $600 for household needs. A family of 6 gets $850 for pots, pans and lamps. And each additional child gets $50 more. Next up is a staple allowance. Basic food, cleaning supplies. One-time payment of $210. That's just for basic food and cleaning supplies. And for a single person, $90 for each additional person. There is no maximum number of people. So you could have my wife comes from a family of 10. So yeah, that'd be quite expensive, wouldn't it? Next is clothing allowance. This one is a bit complicated. It depends on when the migrant arrives. One-time payment of $375 per adult and $250 per dependent under 18. Winter clothing allowance is an extra $175 more per adult and $125 more per child if they arrive between the April and 16th and October. I guess that's between October and April. That's the winter, not April and October. Anyway, even that annoying fee for utility installations is covered. And don't worry about the monthly internet costs, because the monthly communication allowance will help pay for them. Covered in a later thread. So yeah, $75 is for utility installation, and telephone costs, internet costs and ongoing service costs are the client's responsibility and might be covered by using a monthly communication bonus. Let's call that a bonus, shall we? Going to school, getting your kids into school. School start-up allowance, $150 per child, ages 4 to 17. Those 18 and 21 and over 21 can even get it if it's determined to be in their interest to be in high school. This payment is provided twice if they arrive between September the 1st and May the 31st. What? Twice? Why? Some families may require the amount twice. If the entitlement period spans 2 years, families who arrive between September 1 and May 31st are eligible to, yeah, you can get it twice. That one, you can double up on that one. Assistance loans. Doesn't say how much they get, but they are available. They are targeted more towards legitimate immigrants, but available in some cases to refugees. I to be honest, I was never offered a loan to set up in Canada. I had to prove I had the money to get here. Now on to the big one. Food and incidentals and shelter allowance. These should be the biggest monthly numbers, but they are not listed. Officials are supposed to consult provincial shelter allowances. Provincial allowances can be exceeded on a case-by-case basis. Wow, so shelter includes a monthly allowance for rent, utilities based on prevailing, and a maximum of $200 a month. Alberta, 6 more persons up is $300 per family. Yeah, that could go anywhere. That could be any amount depending on what it's going to cost you for your rent. Further on this, singles or multiple and extended families sharing a unit are considered as individuals and get up to the maximum. So shaking up a bunch of singles or 2 families pays off. Families sharing the same dwelling, these persons should be considered as individuals in their own right. So yeah, you get an individual payment for each person who lives in an apartment or in a house. Up next, transportation allowance. What? This one covers a monthly bus pass for anyone 18 plus, with some exceptions. But if your bus pass costs less than $75 or there is no public transport, then you get the $75 anyway. So you get $75 a month if there's no if there's no bus. There's mostly buses, but if you're rural, I guess there isn't. A maximum rate, it says down at the bottom, maximum rate of $75 per month is eligible for each client to be used as the basis of calculating the allowance. Communications allowance, here's $30 towards your cell phone bill or internet bill, as previously mentioned in the other ones. Age of majority top-up, here's $150, believed monthly if your dependent turns 18, but the age of majority in your province is 19. This means to help your 18-year-old kid is no longer eligible for the child care benefit, you get the extra money on top of that to top yourself up to him being 19 or her being 19 years old. Yeah. Dietary allowance? No way. No. What? $75 per family per month if you get a doctor's note. What? $75 per month? Oh, per family. It's still 70. Is anyone adding this up? I haven't added it up. Can someone add it up and put it in the comments and I'll pin the comment. Maternity food allowance. It's like the previous food allowance, $75 per month based on a doctor's note. Do you get a maternity clothing allowance? Pregnant, here's $200. Do you get that if you're just obviously I've never been pregnant. I'm not yeah, let's not go there. Do you get that if you're pregnant in Canada anyway? I'm unsure. I don't know, because we've not had a child in Canada. Do you get a $200 allowance to assist in the purchase of maternity clothing? Just leave us a comment if you do. Baby coming soon. Here's $750 to help with clothes and furniture. Do you get that? Do citizens of Canada actually get that? Or is this just, are they just throwing that in? Because people, immigrants who are coming to Canada, they get that straight away without even paying taxes. Still not enough? Come talk to us. We have an exceptional allowance that may help. So if all that isn't enough, you can plead with them and get even more money off them and say that, well, this isn't paying for my mansion. Did a migrant or the dependent die in Canada or the other way, or on the way to Canada? We can cover that too. What? No way. And finally, don't forget the Canada Child Benefit, your GST benefit, or your multitude of provincial benefits, including free or subsidised housing. Let us help you with that. Best of all, it's not considered eligible income, so they can't tax you on it. Wow. That's, yeah. And yeah, someone said here, no wonder so many come to Canada. That's a lot of taxpayers' money, indeed. Well, yeah. Sorry to spoil your day, but yeah, that's what we'll get when they arrive in Canada. Just that. That's all. Anyway, see you on the next one.